On September 13, 2024, the Chinese government announced that the Standing Committee of the National People's Congress had passed a decision to implement a gradual extension of the statutory retirement age. This means that starting from January 1st, 2025, over the course of 15 years, the statutory retirement age for male employees will gradually be raised from 60 to 63 years old, and for female employees and female officials from 50 and 55 to 55 and 58 years old, respectively. Extending the retirement age is just one aspect. More importantly, starting from January 1st, 2030, the minimum number of years required to pay into the pension system will be gradually increased from 15 to 20 years. For those who have reached the retirement age but have not yet met the minimum contribution years, they must either continue to work or make a one-time contribution to meet the requirement before they can receive their basic pension. For those who have already met the minimum contribution years and want to retire early, the period of early retirement cannot exceed 3 years. Moreover, their retirement age cannot be lower than the current statutory retirement age, which is 60 for male employees and 50 and 55 for female employees and female officials, respectively. In essence, the Chinese government is requiring citizens to delay their retirement by 3 years and to pay an additional 5 years into Social Security before they can retire. The government had been hinting at extending the retirement age since 2021, but it was unexpected that they would suddenly implement it in September 2024. Chinese social media immediately erupted with heated discussions. Netizens raised 3 questions. 1. Can you live long enough to reach your retirement? 2. Can the company survive until you retire? And 3. Can the company keep you employed until retirement? Some people posted a satirical image saying, "Good news, congratulations, you've won a prize. Today is Friday and you've worked 5 days already. We're giving you an additional day for free, and we're giving you an extra 4 years of work time as a bonus." Some people argued that the truly insidious part of the retirement age extension lies in the gradual increase of the minimum contribution period from 15 to 20 years. This means paying 5 more years into Social Security and receiving 3 fewer years of pension benefits. If we calculate this, paying an additional 5 years of Social Security at the minimum standard rate of $142.20 per month amounts to $8,533 over 5 years. Meanwhile, losing out on 3 years of pension payments at a monthly rate of $284.40 results in a loss of $10,239. In total, this means that every ordinary citizen is effectively losing at least $18,772. This move, disguised under the guise of retirement reform, ultimately shifts more financial burdens onto the individuals while reducing their benefits, leading to widespread dissatisfaction and accusations of unfairness and exploitation. It seems that the Chinese government has made careful calculations in launching this policy. The Chinese Communist Party knows how to calculate, but the people also know what's going on here. One person wrote, "There are always more solutions than difficulties. Extending the number of years of pension contributions while delaying the time of receiving the pension will solve the problem, won't it? We pay more and receive less. If we work more and die earlier, the country's problems will be solved." This statement truly hits home for the Beijing authorities. On September 13th, 2024, the same day the Chinese government announced the delayed retirement policy, a netizen from Jiangsu posted on Weibo to provide a public interpretation of the situation. It can roughly be understood like this. You bought insurance from a company paying an annual premium for 15 years. After 15 years, the company will pay you a sum annually. But after paying for 10 years, the company suddenly says, "Sorry, I'm out of money. I need to breach the contract. You have to keep paying for another 5 years, for a total of 20 years, and then I'll start giving you the money." Then, after you've paid for 20 years, the company might still be out of money and say, "How about this? Pay for another 5 years, and then I'll pay you. What do you think of this plan?" Someone else commented, "We've seen people getting stuck with stocks and real estate investments, but now we're even getting stuck with Social Security." Some people say longer life, fewer children, and early retirement are 3 dreams that are impossible for Chinese people to make real at the same time. Others say, but living longer, having fewer children, and having higher pensions can work in some cases. This refers to the Chinese officials who are paid high pensions. The unemployed lamented, "Vested interest policies by vested interests. I'm unemployed before I reach 45. Is it because I didn't work hard enough?" Unemployment in China is skyrocketing, and the real numbers are being hidden by the government. What we can see is that more and more people are unable to find jobs. These unemployed middle-aged people are highly educated, many of them have good professional skills and are able to work hard, but many recruiters no longer accept those over 35 years old. These middle-aged people don't have a job. How can they contribute to Social Security, and how will they receive a pension? Some people have also made an Olympic question on deferred retirement. It's known that Wang will be 30 years old in March 2024, and he is expected to retire at the age of 60, and the central government will hold meetings every 5 years. Each meeting decides to postpone the retirement age for 3 years, so find the real retirement age of Wang. Judging from the Chinese government's repeated policy changes, this is really an unsolvable problem. A netizen also pointed out that Chinese people's pensions are used to support the rich and powerful members of the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP. He commented, "I pay my pension to let someone else's father receive $1,422 a month, while my own father receives $23.90 a month." A suspected network security said, "Please manage your public opinion." The netizen fought back, "Why can't everyone take care of their own parents?" A netizen who moved to Australia came out to testify, saying, "Let me tell you something more heartbreaking. Most of the money you pay these days is taken by old people like my mom and dad. And where we are, you could tell by looking at the IP address." It seems that his parents are enjoying their old age abroad, and they are still getting a good pension every month, while those who pay Social Security in China are struggling to survive in a difficult environment. Those poor old people who really need help only get a small pension every month. An example was given of a friend who retired this year from the Bureau of Alcohol and Tobacco with a pension of $2,019, various living allowances of over $150, an annual salary of $284, and a year-end bonus giving him almost $2,700 in hand. My friend is 61 years old, and his reported working age is 1 year less than his ID age. More and more people are realizing that the Chinese people are disliked by the Communist Party. They write, "When I was born, it disliked me as an extra, and when I raised children, it disliked me to raise less. When I was working, it disliked me being too old. When it was time for me to retire, it disliked me not being old enough." This encompasses the unreasonable policies of the Chinese government over the past few decades, from Planned Parenthood to the opening up of the birth of 2 or 3 children, as well as the postponement of the statutory retirement age. Some people summarize this generation of middle-aged people like this: "You are the one who had planned births, you are the one who pays for schooling, and you are the one who has no longer allocated jobs after graduation. You're the one who has no longer allocated housing at work, and you're the one who buys the most expensive housing. You are encouraged to have more children, and you are encouraged to delay retirement. This country is lucky to have you." In other words, the Chinese Communist Party has made a lot of mistakes, and the Chinese people have to pay for them. Officials in the CCP system do not have to worry about their retirement. In September 2024, a document from Shandong province was suddenly circulating on social media at home and abroad. The document was the Chengwu County 2023 National Economic and Social Development Statistical Bulletin, which announced the amount of pension payments for the entire county in 2023. It shows that in 2023, the county's government and government system-related enterprises have 8,778 retirees, and the amount of pension paid to them is $112 million. Ordinary enterprises have 13,220 retirees, and the amount of pension paid to them is $52,480,000. In the general public, the urban and rural residents of the old age insurance entitlement to 119,400 people, the amount of pension paid to them was only $35.7 million. Some people have done the math on this, stating that in 2023, the per capita pension for government employees and government-related business retirees in Chengwu County will be $12,718 per year, while the per capita pension for the general business community will be $3,969 per year. The smallest amount is for the general public, whose pensions are only $299 per capita. In 2023, Chengwu County paid out nearly $200 million in pensions, 56% of which went to government retirees, who make up only 6% of the county's workforce. After the news broke, the internet was abuzz again. Netizens angrily tapped their keyboards and wrote, "The money has been divided up by the ruling class's base. No wonder they have to postpone their retirement. If we don't get up and fight back, in a few years we will get nothing. The money we pay into the social security system supports the officials of the government, while our own parents receive a pitifully small amount. And what are the living conditions of the elderly in ordinary families? Look, this is a mother in Harbin, East China. This news from China was published on February 17, 2018, about a 104-year-old woman who, in order to take care of her son, carries homegrown vegetables on her back in the early hours of the morning and takes a bus into the city to sell them at the morning market. Because her son is mentally handicapped, he cannot support himself. The Chinese media added to the headline, touching the whole country. Overseas Chinese read the news and some commented, "This is a news that knows no shame. Let's look at the history of China's aging slogan change." In 1985, Planned Parenthood was good and the government supported the elderly. In 1995, Planned Parenthood was good and the government helped to support the elderly. In 2005, we couldn't rely on the government for our retirement. In 2012, it's better to delay retirement and take care of your own retirement. In 2013, use your housing to support your retirement and enjoy happiness in the future. In 2015, it's difficult to support one's retirement after having one child. It would be better to have another child. In 2018, it's good to have 3 children, no need for the state to support the elderly. In 2023, supporting the elderly is compulsory, and it would be shameful to leave it to the government. The CCP has always fooled the people, but now Chinese people are not easily brainwashed. Some netizens have expressed their willingness to spread the truth about the pension in China to wake up more people. If the Chinese people work hard to spread the truth to as many people as possible, the lies of the CCP will become more and more difficult to maintain. That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please subscribe, like, and share it with your friends. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you next time.